Okay, today we are going to be talking about voice UI and conversational design. So, in this conversational design, we're going to be covering introduction to UI conversational design, why conversational design is important, and also we'll be looking at the key principles of conversational design. We know from the definition of conversational design, and that I showed you guys on Saturday. The conversational design is about how our design feels like a conversation, or use voice to trigger a conversation, right? So we'll be having the definition of conversational design, and then we'll be looking at. I want you to view conversational design and voice UI as one in both, because one is you using your voice to trigger it, right? So from the definition that we have here, it's like a technology using spoken language to instead of graphical or text-based interface. For example, you have Alexa, Google Assistant, Siri. Those are all voice interface. So how do you design something like that? And why do you need why is it important for you to design something like that? It is interchangeable for us to say voice UI and conversational design. So the importance of having a conversational design is to make interaction natural and intuitive, and it reduces relentless on screen when you have an engagement. For example, look at your WhatsApp now. When you are chatting with it, previously we don't know when somebody's chatting unless we leave the chat and we see typing that it will be indicated with green. But now we get to see a bubble bouncing, showing that you can chat. And also when we look at Zoom classes that we have, you see that voice indicator that somebody is speaking, right? So yes, that is conversational design. So we'll look at those are the importance of having conversational design, and what are the key principles of conversational design. In this part, we'll be looking at the first one, to create an effective voice UI or a chatbot. Designers should follow these principles. A, clarity and brevity. Clarity, make it clear, simple, straight to the point. Brevity is like it to be concise. You don't have to bombard the whole place with so much text to deal with. So just straight up, simple. Keep response short and to the point. That is literally it. Example, instead of saying in a chatbot, I can help you with all of this. I can help you with multiple tasks, such as setting alarms, all of those things. We don't get to say that. You will say something as simple as, what do you need? Weather, music, alarm. That is like easy, it's brief, it's clear for you to give an instruction or using a chatbot. If you have used any other chatbot before, either from an e-commerce website that allow you, or a text based like Grammarly or things like that, tells you, my name is Cindy and I do this and this, give me an instruction. So when you are designing something like that, either for app or for a desktop version, it should be clear and brief for its introduction. Now, if you have any question, go ahead and ask your question. If you don't have any question, we'll be moving on. The next aspect that we'll be looking at is be taking turns. Taking turns and natural flow. That's the next key principle. Taking turns and natural flow. You must be able to make it in such a way that it feels like you're having a conversation, you're receiving feedback to trigger the next conversation when you are designing. When you are designing, you must you're sending a message from that phone to the next phone. and it's showing that that person is receiving it and then replying back. So you take turn, it replies in turn. If you are talking to Siri from voice, it changes to text. It will show the text version of it, and then you reply with voice, and it will convert to text, and it receive that feedback. You understand that? So you ensure the conversation and the conversation flows smoothly like human interaction. You cannot keep talking to yourself or chatting with yourself if you are not receiving feedback, right? Exactly. So um use prompts and confirmation to guide users. That is, when it's a voice assistant, it will like, hi there, I want you to get me this. Okay, I got you, it has gotten you that. What do you want me to do next? Would you like further assistance? Something like that. So then we'll move on to error handling. Now, when we talk about error handling and recovery, yeah, you want to design some form of your in your design, in your voice UI or conversational design. You want a situation where if there's an error, there is a way for that design to be handled like that. There should be a section where the design handles, or the software or the program or the app handles that error, right? So for example, it can go like, I don't catch that. I didn't catch that. Can you please repeat yourself, or can you rephrase it, instead of just writing error. They don't know what is wrong. Is either the way I'm speaking, it's not clear, or it has to do with um the way I phrased it. You get? But if you just write error, it is not guiding the user, it's not handling that error properly. So that is that. And then we'll be furthering it with I'll be showing you guys the tools to use and so on. But for right now, for our practical session, I'll be doing a simple test of indicating when you are doing a voice UI, like the voice. You want to indicate a voice flow in a design. So that is what we'll be working on right now. So let's move on with that. So something like this now. This is a prototype of a voice indicating that this person is speaking, right? It's indicating that the first user is speaking, and it's performing all of this. You're having that in our prototype. So how do we achieve something like this? This is what we're going to be working with today, and in our next class we'll be doing something on conversation, text-based conversation, and I'll be showing you other tools in order to include audios to something like this when you prototype it. So moving on from that, let's start building. Now, I'm opening a new page here, but you start a new project and start a new file, and then take a frame. The frame will change the corner radius. I'm changing the corner radius, should be around 24 or 32. Okay, let's do 32, and then we'll move on to filling it up with black. It's not going to show here, so I have to change my workspace to white, so now we can see properly. Then you get an eclipse, hold on to shift so that you have it equal size, shift before dragging it, then you size it. Right now we are not using auto layout, just properly fit it and center it to where you want it. If the corner radius of your frame is not enough, you can properly adjust it. And then you name the frame to profile, and you fill the ellipse with a profile picture. So let's go ahead and put a profile picture. Now we have this. Now I'm typing my name, like I'm having an introduction. I'll put my name here, Sarah Ladiran, and then I'm going to, okay, there's a jump there. I just pasted one, okay, 4 times. So you have something like this. You're trying to create something, so you text, and doing that, I just changed the text, and you have something like that. Now move on to get a triangle, and then you size the triangle. It's the width is 10 and the height is 24. I'm trying to use multiples of 8 for the height, and then I'll fit it, align it properly. Still, I'm not using auto alignment yet, but you align it to have even spacing. You can use your grid here if you are still not confident with aligning things properly. Now I duplicate the rectangle into three places. Why I'm doing it here right now is so that I know the size of what I'm going for on my profile frame. I know what I'm going for perfectly. Now I'm increasing each one of the rectangles by 8. So this one will be 32 and the next one will be 16, since the first one is 24. So we're going to be having like this. I'll highlight each one of them and then I'll frame it. Go to frame selection. Now increase the padding of the frame selection by going to layout. Yeah, layout, then increase the padding from 5 right now. Padding and weight, you increase it from 0 to, you increase it okay, 10 is okay, and then I'll be increasing this one to like 6. I think that's okay, and then we'll change the color. So once we've properly align it to the profile frame, the next thing, yes, your padding, make sure it's like 10, so there's space on top and space beside it, so it shows that it's in a frame. You are supposed to see this under the auto align. Then you highlight the three of them, just the three rectangles, and you change the color. Go ahead and change the color to neon green. Yes, I'll be using neon green, neon color. So yes, once you find the perfect color for it, we have this. This is what we'll be working with. Then we move on to duplicating this. You duplicate it and you bring it down. Bring it down. Now we'll rename this into indicators. It should be voice indicators, but I'll do indicator 1. Okay, so yeah, name it for indicator. Then let me zoom in. Now you are going to go ahead and duplicate this. Or before we duplicate it, let's reduce the corner radius for it to be able to look like an indicator. Reduce the corner radius at the top left and right. Go ahead and repeat the process for this or the second one, right and left. So go ahead, reduce it. Once we are done with reducing the corner radius, we have something like this. That's when we'll now duplicate this indicator. We can make it 5 or 6, but make sure the corner radius are all the same. So we duplicate, align it under it, align properly under them and duplicate it. I'm going to be doing 5 places. You can do your own 6. The more you have, the more fluid it will look like for you. So we're going to be doing 5. Everything is properly aligned. Yeah. I'll move on to the next part of it. I'll start adjusting each one of these indicators, like a unit will I'll pull one up and pull the other one down. For me to do that, I'm going to be, since I'm using multiples of 8, so I'm going to be adding and subtracting 8 from them. So right now this list is 16, the highest is 36, and then the next one is 24. So I'm going to be doing that. So you can just look for a reading. You can do 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, and you go back and forth like that. So I'm pulling the first one, then I'm pulling it down. Once you're done with that one and make it look fluid, we highlight everything and then we go on to please left my right hand and find create component sets. Create component sets is different from the variants that I showed you guys. This one is a component set. So once you have created a component set, you have something like this. It's still a component, but it's a set of frames. You go ahead and prototype it, and we'll link those prototypes to each other. We want it to move from this stage to this stage. So it's going to be a smart animate. The duration will be between 200 to 500, depending on how fluid you want it to look. And then the trigger will be after delay, and it will be zero. There is not going to be much delay from 1 to 1, so zero, or though the default is 1 milliseconds. So that's what we'll be going with, 0 or 1 milliseconds, depending on what your own can give. You repeat the same process. I forgot, we're supposed to add in, isn't it, out for the curve, because it's a loop. So we want that process to be looped. We'll go ahead and repeat the same process with everything else. So I'll just brush through this. You can pause the video and get your own done as fast as you can. Just loop everything together. Once you've looped everything together, you have gotten everything set, you take the bottom one and return it back up. Don't forget that. Once you've looped everything, the last one, you return it to the top and you give it the same settings. After delay, the delay is 1 milliseconds. Smart anime, ease in, ease out, duration 200. That's what I'm using. You can use within 200 to 500. Once we're done with that, we'll move on to assets. Let's now, you go on to assets. We're taking it back to the place we have it originally. Everything like this is properly linked to each other. So move on to asset. You have it there, the components in your asset, and you copy and paste it. Now the one you had here before, you delete it, of course, then you place the new one. That one we had there was just a placeholder. It was holding that place for us so that we know the size we are working with. So properly align it to fit what you had there before. Or yes, now send. I have done that. Now you now click on the profile frame, and then we preview it. So this is how it looks like. So go ahead and take note of this, because you're going to be submitting an assignment that I will be expecting tomorrow. So do something like this for me. Thank you very much.